Okay. Let's hop back on exorcism, baby. All right, here we are. Um, okay, so gonna try to knock some of these out. I think pure script, man, I just want to get them done, right? Like, let's look at time and date. Not this. Time and date. Um, calendar, monthly. Okay, look, so here's today. Look, so we still have time, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 days left after today to work on this, right? But the problem is we have more than 9, so there's still more than 1 left to work on per day, right? So completed 130. So there are 14 left. 14 left to do today, and then, well, so counting today, we have 10 days to do 14, right? Now, a lot of these, I was able to knock out like 5 or more in a day, but the ones remaining are mostly tricky for one reason or another. Excuse me, for one reason or another. This one shouldn't be too tricky. Let's give it a shot. Whoops. So for this one, I mean, I just want to get them done. I've been doing this for months and months, right? I want to get the completion, gold completion, right? Because I've been working at it. I'd like to get this gold completion. And it's a big challenge, right? There's a lot of content in this challenge, right? Ah, that's better. That's the unsweetened sparkling water. That's the good one. All right, so um let's go to exorcism, pure script, spiral matrix. All right, so in the source, we have the spiral matrix pure script file. All right, so I'm going to copy my Elm solution into here because generally speaking, I think Elm and PureScript share some syntactic similarities, right? They're both sort of in the Haskell family, I think, to an extent. So we'll see how much is similar and how much is different. Okay, so I'm going to take my spiral file, source spiral. Okay, so I'm going to copy that into my source spiral file. Okay, so now let's open up that file. Okay, so here's the file. It says, ensure project is built with the same PERS version as the IDE. There's only one option, so I guess I can try it. I don't know. All right, so here's my Elm code. Pure script comment. Do you think it's a double dash? Yeah, double dash. Okay. Okay, so we'll double dash that. And so the Elm, I will say one thing, the Elm formatter made this look really long in a way that I wouldn't have chosen, but whatever. All right, so module spiral where? Okay. I don't know. So let's try move. Import effect exception unsafe throw. So are we gonna need that? Not sure. Okay, so I'm gonna try. I want to say I am going to try doing it in a very similar way to what was done in Elm. All right. So I'm gonna make a move D. This caused me trouble in Elm, but I didn't really come up with a way that I wanted to change it or do it differently, so I'm just gonna say that I'm still gonna do it the same way. So it looks like we use a double colon here instead of a single colon. It's fine. We'll take an int. Then we'll take this sort of nested tuple, which, I don't know, sort of made sense to me in the moment. there. Okay, so move D will take a... Oh, interesting. So how come this spiral didn't have the size in it? Shouldn't it be size there? I want to say I think so, but I could be wrong. So we take a size x, y, di, right? Equals. And then are we going to go case? Pure script case. Let's take a look. This is a discourse. So we probably want a book. All right, so in the book we can do if then. So that looks good. We can do something like a guard, I guess. Okay, so let's see. So we've defined it in different ways, right? So instead of doing a case, I guess I will just make this into 0 right here, right? So in that case, we are going to say if x equals size minus 1 minus I, then, and we had an if here as well, right? Looks okay to me. Then, we're going to do move. Else, move. Right? So we're just deciding what we want to put in for D, right? So then we would do this a couple more times. All right, so in this case, this is going to be 1, 2, 3, and then anything else. Okay. And then let's see. So we looked at a lot of this. Let's go down to here. Case 1. Okay, so this one is y, right? Y equals size minus 1. Okay, so then this becomes 2, and this becomes 1. Okay. It's maybe a little noisier, but it's cool this way. It's cool. I think it's cool either way. This becomes 3, and this gets incremented here. That's the one case where we do that. This stays 2. Okay. And then in this final case, let me move some of this out. Okay, so this case, 3, y equals I. Here, this will get turned to 0, and here it'll stay 3. Okay, so now in this case, I mean, I guess we're going to throw, right? Unsafe throw. Okay, so pure script effect exception unsafe throw. So let's take a look. Yep, this looks like it. Unsafe throw, so it takes a string. Error. E must be in 0 through 3. And I mean, I don't expect that. I don't see any reason why that would mess up for now. Okay, so then on move, it's going to be kind of similar. So move, we're going to create this interface definition for it. Int, right? Int, right? Move. x, y, 0, I equals x plus 1, y, d for 0, I. Okay. Okay, so then we'll do 1, 2, 3, and whatever. So this one will be unsafe. It'll be the same thing as here, right? Okay, so then we'll look at these cases. Here we increment y. This remains 1. Okay, so then this is subtract. And this is subtract. Okay, cool. So that should be fine, I guess. Whoops. Okay, so then should we do an inner indexed map? It seems likely that we'll want this, so yeah. Inner indexed map, int, 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 int. Okay, sure, I guess. So inner indexed map nxie equals, if I equals x, then n else e. Sure, straightforward enough. Outer indexed map, int, 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 list int, list int, nxyi row, okay, so then for this one, it'll be if I equals y, then, okay, so now pure script list indexed, let's take a look. Data list, okay, so list from foldable, interesting. Okay, list, list, list. Some, many, null. What order are these in? Concat map, flatten, filter M. Map with index. Map with index, I think is what we want. Okay, so, whoops. So we did import data.list as list. Okay, so here we are going to go then list, and it was map with index, and this one takes, let's see, it says for all here. So it says int a, b, so the index is first, right? Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, looks right. else row. Okay. Good enough. All right, so now we have a loop to go through. Spiral loop. Int, list, int, list, int. Wild. All right. So it is spiral loop, size and result, xy, di equals, if n equals, okay, so pure script arithmetic exponentiation operator. I'll bet it's caret, just the same as the other one, but maybe it's pow, actually. You think we have to use pow? Interesting. Import data int. Int pow. Raise an int to the power of another int. Okay, so it'll be pow 2. Then result. Okay, so then it's else. Spiral loop. Size. n+1. List map with index. Outer indexed map nxy. Result. Move d size xy d I. Okay, so just copying the elm, and then that brings us to the last part, which we did in elm as well. So we're going to go spiral matrix, int, list int. Oh, okay, so here it was called spiral. So what am I doing? That's way out of pocket. So if size equals 0, then nothing in the list, right? Else, spiral loop, size, n starts at 1. And so then here, we did list.repeat to sort of initialize, like, the 2D list, basically, right? So do we have something similar to that here? Repeat. So we don't have repeat. Let's see what we've got. Data list. We can do list lazy, non-empty types, partial types, zip list. This module is an improvement over data array when working with immutable lists of data in a purely functional setting. I feel like here we would have maybe done well to use array instead, but whatever. The list is what was asked for. So unfoldable, foldable. Does not have good random access performance, right? So like literally what we're doing with these maps is we're doing random access and we're doing it in an iterative way, which is obviously slow as heck compared to just doing this. So an array would have made more sense perhaps. And perhaps what would have made more sense would have been to do it with an array And then at the very end, turn the array to a list. It's not what I did in Elm, but like that is something to keep in mind, is that we probably would do better to use an array, and then if it asks for a list, just return the list at the end. You could just go array to list, right, at the end. So anyway, I might have missed whatever it is that I'm wanting, so I'm trying to initialize a list with like some number of elements, right? So the number of elements is size, basically, right? Where is that? The number of elements is passed in as size. That's what we're trying to use to initialize the list. Nub, union, delete. So if I don't see something, I think it's straightforward enough to just go ahead and implement something like this. And that's probably what I'm going to do. Let me just go over it quickly one more time. So data.list, pure script lists, to unfoldable from foldable, singleton, operator alias for data list range, create a list containing a range of integers including both endpoints. So this is actually probably what we want to go ahead and do then. Yeah, it's a little bit different from repeat, but this will work fine. Range, that'll be fine. Except no, so that will work for each row, but it won't work for the number of rows that we need, right? Okay, so what is this one? Many? Length, append, insert, insert by, head, last, tail, init, uncons, unsnock, index, infix synonym for index, find index, insert at, delete at, update at, modify, filter, and map maybe, cat maybes, sort, slice, take while, drop, spin, group, nub, union, difference, intersect. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and make a repeat function for myself. It's gonna be using one of these things. Is it, which one is it? Why do these seem lame to me? So, singleton, null, head, tail, uncombs. So we want to be able to repeat. Whoops. So we take an int and an a and return a list a, right? Repeat n e equals so first of all, repeat 0 equals this, and so then this is pure script list syntax. Is there something about like the pattern matching? Okay, so when we do the pattern matching, can we like have like a list and its, okay, so a list and its tail or something? Take 5. Record puns, nested, named case expressions, XS. So we used case here. Recursion. Recursion on arrays. Okay, so they used a dollar there. Flattening. Wait, where's comms? cons pure script list. Oh, that's not it. Sure, let's take a quick peek. I don't know what this is. Yeah, that's all we want is cons. Okay. What do I think these square brackets are supposed to be for? Let's just say cons. So it'll be list cons, right? And we'll just put in a repeat n-1. This is E actually. There we go. Is that okay? Well, I don't know. We'll find out. So here I'm going to say repeat size, repeat size 0. Yeah. And then we're going to put in these, that should be 0, excuse me. And then we're going to put these initial values in for x, y, d, I. Okay. Okay, so let's look at the help. Okay, so to run this, we can do spago test. Let's give it a shot. Okay, so that's not it. So what did I do last time? Did I just change it? In the spago file? In the packages file? Metadata in the packages doll. Huh. Let upstream. So what if we just get rid of the packages doll? So it is needed. Can we do spago init? Do I need this? It seems like a mistake to me. Yeah, let's try spago init force. Okay, there we go. Okay, so module data.list. All right, so we need to add, I guess, probably lists as a dependency, maybe? Okay, so is that any better? Yeah, it is. All right, so now how about int? So what we had before, we had lists. I guess we need integers, right? Yeah, okay, that's better. All right, so now effect exception unsafe. Going back up here. Okay, so where was that? Was that effect probably? Oh, that one didn't do it. Didn't do anything, it doesn't look like. Okay, so I had effect here. Do I think it's what? Do I think it's something else? Arrays, console, date time, either enums, foldable, traversable, math, maybe. Ordered collections, partial play, prelude, PSCI support, strings, test unit, tuples, unfoldable, Unicode. I'm not sure about that. I think we need test unit, right? Is that the next one it was complaining about? Yeah. Well, this looks better, I think. All right. So these are all warnings. And are these warnings all in the tests? Wow, all right. So now let's try running Spago test again, I guess. Wait a minute, wait a minute. No, here's a problem in my file. On 9, unexpected token, comma. Oh, okay, so these are supposed to be tuples. So pure script tuple, data.tuple, let's see. Okay. So let's say we're going to import data tuple, and this is going to be what about like the tuple type? I think we're okay. So we're going to say, whoops. Tuple, int, and then this is going to be tuple like this. And then the same thing is going to come back. Well, hold on. So I put tuples here as the type, I guess. So now should these be also marked as tuple? tuple string A. So they put tuple string A here. Maybe tuple int A. Okay, so I think these commas are not wanted. Seems like a lot to edit. Um, do I need it there? I don't think so. Oh, man. So coming back up, we did tuple tuple. Okay. All right, so then down here, Okay, so let's see what build says now. Spago build. Unexpected token equals on 11. Let's take a look. Hmm. Why is this one unexpected equals? Unexpected equals on 11. Let's see. Let me go back to pure script basics. Here? Yeah, here. Functions. Indentation, just like Haskell. Yeah, so that messed me up at one point. So this one was valid, this one was not. Why do I keep putting the equals on the next line, though? Or whatever's after the equals on the next line? It should be okay, I think, going by what this shows. Hmm. Let's get rid of this at the end. It's cat again, and then look at our REPL. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. The fact that the REPL doesn't open when the code doesn't compile, that actually to me just seemed like how is this even the case that it won't open the REPL when your source code won't compile? Messed up, messed up. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, this one was a beast for me. Yeah, I sure don't. A lot of it really does seem, in my opinion, to resemble Elm, but man, it gives me a lot more difficulty compared to what Elm gives me. So, we use some of these symbols, and I still don't understand them, using the dollars and things. But I shouldn't need any of that. There's no maybe or anything in this one. I think, I want to say trying to use a tuple probably is a mistake. Um, Pure script multiple return values. So maybe what we want is a record type and not a tuple. Okay. So is that going to help? Record patterns. Okay, so I'm going to try to create a record type. So we're going to say type. So I'm going to say type. I'm going to say movement equals. I'm going to have that. I'm going to have x int. All right. Y int. D int. I int. All right. So now every place where I have this tuple, tuple, int, int, kind of ridiculous, right? If we can just do movement instead. Okay, so now when we do the pattern match, first x, last y, okay, so now we are going to say, whoops, So they're doing first colon x. To me, I feel like it would be nice if we could just do first. Record puns? Oh yeah. Here we go. Love it. I don't know why it's called a record pun, but okay. So we defined the type here. All right, so now we have one that returns the address just to show us how that looks. Entry to string, sure. What about going the other way? Using a record literal? All right. I think it's like that, right? So 2. Let's see here. Don't know why it got indented. That's a little worrisome. Okay, so then movement here. Yeah, why does that get indented? Do not like that. That indenting is worrisome. I'm not sure what's happening there. Okay, so then we don't want to do that. We just want to go x, y, x plus 1, y, 0, d 0, I, right? So then this one, okay, let's Spago build. It says, okay, unexpected comma on 18. Let's take a look. Ah, okay. So that was supposed to be type punning, like we saw where? Record punning. It was supposed to be like this, unknown person equals, and then we did first last. So that was the intention, but it wasn't able to accept it. So what's the deal? Move D, size, unexpected comma. Unable to parse module, unexpected token, comma. Line 18, column 15. Yeah, that's here. All right. Hmm. Unexpected token, comma. Okay, so that was messed up. Okay, so now what's it say? Failed to build. Cannot import type int from module data.int. It either does not exist or the module does not export. Okay, I guess I'll get rid of that. Okay, unknown operator all over the place. Okay, so unknown operator, double equals, and plus. Okay, so let's start on 18 with the double equals. If x double equals. Okay, so x is supposed to be int, right? Okay, pure script int operators. Okay, so data.eq. So pure script data eq. Oh, it's in Prelude. So did I end up importing Prelude in the other one? Import Prelude. Yeah, I think we would do well to import Prelude probably. Let's take a look. Import Prelude. Okay, unknown module list. Okay, so we wanted list here. So it's saying unknown module list where? On 58. So we tried to do list map with index. So maybe we want to go map with index here. So if we're importing it here, then the expectation is that we don't want it there. I think. Spago build. Okay, error. Okay, cannot import value map with index from module data list. It either does not exist or the module does not export. Okay, so let's find that. So it was supposed to be something. Okay, so data.list map with index. Okay, so it was supposed to be here, right? So it says this one is deprecated, use data functor with index. Okay, let's look for it. Pure script functor with index. Okay. Yeah, that seems fine, I guess. I'm gonna need a second. All right, so let's see, map. Okay. So it says this is in Prelude. Okay. Unknown module int, unknown module list. Unknown value map with index. Unknown module int. Okay, that's on 63. Okay, okay. I'm vaguely annoyed at various things. All right, so if we want to do a POW, we can't do it like this. We have to use POW, I guess. Hold on. So we can't use int here. We want to use POW. So where does it come from? How do we use POW? Okay, so I was looking at data.int, but like I don't know, pure script integers. Okay, so I was trying to use POW because I was like, yeah, that'll be good. It'll get us POW. So here they did import data.int something. So can I import data.int? Is that going to be possible? It says unknown module int. Spago build. Okay, so cannot import value cons from module data.list. So now cons, I think, was maybe supposed to be somewhere else, right? Like data.list.types or something like that. And so cons was supposed to be here, I guess. So here it said import data.list, list cons nil. Maybe this is where I should be looking. Okay, so list cons. There we go. So now what does it say? Yeah, I think that was the basic idea. Okay, so now we want map with index. So I would like to get that from list, even though it's deprecated. Like, I just want something that's gonna work for me, deprecated or not. I just want to get through it. But if it's not gonna work, then we have to do something else. Well, this doesn't say deprecated. Why did that other one say deprecated? Okay, I don't know. Okay, so import data.list, list cons. It would seem that I'm not using tuples, so I'm going to get rid of that. It would seem that this maybe worked because it's not complaining about POW anymore. At least not for now. We'll see. So what if we were to do that? Failed to build. Let's see. Okay, unexpected token map with index on 6. Okay, so that was no good. We'll get rid of that. Okay. Unknown value map with index. All right. So where did we think it was? In here, right? Okay. What version do I think I'm using? I don't know if I'm on latest. Spago version? It says, oh, okay, so that's not it. When we did Spago build, look at all these warnings. Name size was introduced but not used. Well, I thought I was using size. Was it here? Okay, so we use size in some, but not others. You think that clears any warnings? Yeah, I think it did actually. So on 46, name X was introduced but not used. Okay, that's nicer. All right, so now we just have the 2 errors and its unknown value map with index. So, can I say data list? Data list, is that possible? Okay, so it's unknown value. So I guess that's probably not it. Cannot import, does not exist or the module does not export it. Okay. And somewhere it said that it was deprecated, right? Where is my version? Seven point oh. Okay, so it is latest. Okay, so there's no map with index here. Wait a minute. Okay, so this is pure script lists latest. Okay. And so it's gone, right? Okay. Okay, so what about in the functor? Okay, so pure script prelude functor. Functor, where was functor with index? Shoot. Okay, so here's something we want latest. Oh, 6? What the heck? So what happened? Wow. Okay, that doesn't look helpful. We need something recent. Somewhat recent, at least. Oh no. Okay, let's see. So, okay, so truthfully, I guess we probably need to go ahead and implement that one ourselves. So, we won't try to do this. We'll just go ahead and implement map with index. I guess it's not a big deal, right? Okay, so we'll say map with index. It takes an f, and it takes a list a, I guess, and it returns, oh, except we have to say what f is. So f is a b, right? And then this is list a to list b, right? Except this doesn't just take a, it takes int. Okay, so map with index. F int to a to b takes list a and list b, right? Okay, so then when we do map with index, we do that, right? And then the next case is map with index. So wait a minute, wait a minute. Oh, so this f does not belong. There it is, that's how it is. Okay, so then this is f, and So then we're going to do cons, right? And this is going to be f. And then we're going to take head. Okay. So we'll take head and tail. So F is going to be head L. And then the other thing going into cons is going to be tail. No, it's going to be map with index tail. Okay, I'm hearing some noise. It might just be vacuuming, but let me go make sure. Wait. Oh, I think it went away. So, is that our map with index? That's it, right? No, we have to pass F back in. Okay, there we go. Is it like that? Maybe? Okay, let me see what Spago says. Type variable A is undefined. And this is an error. Type variable A is undefined. Okay, so I believe this can be, wait a minute. So repeat was int A to list A, and it didn't complain about that. Maybe it will complain about it later. This one is int to A to B, list A, list B. Oh, so I never passed in the number, right? Yeah, that was my mistake. I forgot about the number. So this number needs to be I, which is going to be I guess that'll be the first thing passed in. So that makes it different from whatever they had, but I guess it'll be okay for my purpose. Okay, so then I gets passed in here, and then here we increment. But I don't think that addresses what Spago was complaining about, does it? So, while checking that type A has kind type, A to list A, type variable A is undefined. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. 73? Yeah, we need to go to 73. Okay, so repeat. Oh, so it's at repeat that it's complaining. So int A, list A. undefined type variable. Okay. Requires all type variables to be defined in type signatures, unlike in Haskell. So a possible fix is to introduce the variable using a for all quantifier. Okay, so for all a, and the pure script for all quantifier is what? Okay, I guess that's what we need. Could not match type list with type array. Oh, interesting. Okay, okay. So they said nil. So do we want to... I think we want to go list.empty, right? Nothing? Okay, get the first element in a list or nothing. Okay. Okay, unknown operator, colon. And that's on 75. Okay, so somebody was saying use the operators provided, right? So this will be const e nil, maybe? Is that better? Okay, so now we come to 51. All right, so here we can say for all a. All right, so now what's this say? Pure script for all. For all A, B, okay. For all A, B. Could not match type maybe A0 with type A0. This is 53. Which one gives the maybe? Is it the tail? Or is it the head? So that gives a maybe. So where did they show the case? Pattern matching. Case head L of, all right, so then we're going to say nothing, and then we're going to say that it's not nothing, right? From a maybe. I don't like that very much. I was hoping to see some, like in Elm, then I'd know what I was doing a little bit better, maybe. Okay, and so it's from a maybe. We use the dollar here. Okay, so maybe. Let's go to latest. Okay, so we do just, right? Shoot, I hope so. Okay, so if it's nothing, do we do nil? I guess so. Let's build. Unexpected on 55. Yep, that's true. Unknown data constructor, nothing. So we have to get nothing from maybe. Could not match type maybe with type list on 56. 56 column. '55 through '61. So tail is supposed to give a maybe list. Okay. Yeah, maybe. Okay, that brings us to 69. Could not match type int with type int. Okay, that's right. So whenever we use map with index, we actually do have to put in a 0 because that's the way I did it. Which I don't think is a good idea, but maybe it's something to fix later. Okay, so it says a build succeeded. Okay, so let's spago install exceptions. Spago install maybe. Spago build. Spago help. So install and then remove. It says remove the following packages from the list of dependencies in your config, and we want to get rid of console. I don't know why console would have been added. Okay, so let's look in the spago doll file and let's remove console. Build succeeded. Okay. So now I believe we should be able to try to run spago test. I don't have high hopes, to be quite honest. Okay. Let's look at, okay, so it actually did pass 3. Interesting. So, that's not too bad. It's a better start than I've been at it for like close to 2 hours. And I started with a completed Elm file, but you know, it seems that pure script is not as close to Elm as I hoped or imagined, and that's fine. 2 programming languages don't have to be close. That's absolutely not necessary. So anyway, so it was supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 4, 7, 6, 5. Okay, so the 2 and 3 are correctly placed. So is the 4. So is the 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so just the 9 was incorrectly placed. We ran into this problem before. And this may be the last thing that needs fixing. Okay, so we ran into this problem before because why is it? Is I not getting properly incremented or checked? It was, yeah, it was the I thing that was supposed to be used to make that work. Wow. Yeah, it does. It looks like I is not being incremented. I lost that somewhere, I think. Oh my gosh. So I was supposed to be incremented here, and I totally lost that. Okay, well, at least it's an easy fix if this is the problem, which I think it is. Okay, let's exorcism submit. The crazy thing is, that's probably going to be just about the easiest one out of all the ones that I have left in 48 and 24. See, like, and I do feel bad about it because, like, the fact that I'm not able to do this well just kind of exposes how dumb I am. But on the other hand, oh shoot. Okay, we're gonna have to troubleshoot this failure. On the other hand, like I have finished lots and lots of assignments already on 48 and 24. The ones that are remaining are the ones that are most difficult for me personally, right? And this is one of them, unfortunately. So, this guy failed. It says, test failed. There is an existing import of data list. Oh, okay, that's a warning. Uh-oh. Okay, I've messed something up big time. Okay, so error. Shoot. Maybe I need to get rid of the unsafe throw then. So here, instead of doing that, I'm just gonna say x0, y0, b0, I0. And I believe I'm going to say the same thing here. Okay, so now let's take care of these two warnings. There is an existing import. Okay, so I have data list imports a couple places. So if we do, I think I'm going to mess this up. That would be my guess. What is it going to say? Okay, so let's remove exceptions. Okay, so now it just says succeeded. And it says that is good, I guess. Okay, so let's submit again. I think this might be better. I think I addressed what it was saying here, right? It said error, and then it said import modules from packages exceptions, right? So I think I addressed that. So now it says passed. Okay, so that's good. All right, I'm going to look over it one more time real quick to see if there are any quick refactors that I think I can manage. Okay. I don't think I want to try and manage any refactors. I think that is where I'm going to stop for now. And I'm going to move on to another one. I've still got at least a good couple hours in this session. So that's something at least. So let's go over here and mark as complete. Okay, so one thing I noticed when I looked at my iteration on one of the others. Okay. So here is this. Okay, I guess that's fine. Okay, knocked another one out. That's great. There are some others that might still be, like, man, I don't know what to think. I was about to say there might be some others that might be a little bit easy-ish, but that's not really true. I mean, look, I've already completed 131 assignments. All the low-hanging fruit is long since over and done with. There is no low-hanging fruit left. I hate this one. The prologue knapsack actually might be the easiest of the prologue problems that are assigned here. So let me look this over. So Faro Smalltalk, it's a very confusing IDE, and it made me angry by downloading the solution to the exercise, and I didn't even understand why. Obviously, it's a skill issue, but that's a crazy skill issue. To download the actual solution, none of these others would do anything like that. These ones, this is just going to be a hard puzzle for me, I think. Okay. ABAP, honestly, might not be that tough. For ABAP, we may be able to download the software if we just if we just fill out a form. All right. So here's ABAP. So we're going to go local. We're going to look at these hints for ABAP's tooling. All right. So we are going to try to visit probably just all of these different links. I think some of these are dead, which, you know, whatever, it happens. Okay, so this version has been superseded. Okay. Okay. ABAP Cloud Developer Trial. This sounds promising. If you want to get stuck in immediately. All right, so I'm going to try this. We are going to try Docker pull SAP SE. Is SE software engineering in this context? I don't know what it is. But regardless, let's try pulling this. This could work. Let me close that. Okay. Let's see what it says. ABAP Cloud Developer Trial. This could be it. This could be it. Okay. Very exciting. While it does that, let me prompt my AI to say something. AI, what is the difference between ABAP and ASAP? Many question marks. I should make it respond faster. It could respond faster. I make it wait for like 0.3 of a second. But then if it produces too long of a response, then I make it shorten it. So it could respond faster if I let it. So chatter alert, ABAP, programming language for ERP systems. ASPA, as soon as possible, not programming language. Is it funny that it misspelled ASAP? It transposed two of the letters? I don't know. Hashtag Twitch chat. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay, so whatever we're downloading, it seems like kind of a lot. Let's see, how do I check my file, or like my storage again? I was checking it the other day because I actually ran out. And then I deleted the bigger Steam games that I had installed. And that freed up a lot of space. So what command did I use? I think it was df, right? df-h. It says I'm now using 86%. So yeah, I did free up quite a bit when I deleted those Steam games, but I've used up quite a bit by downloading my VODs. So I'm gonna delete my VODs at some point. I mean, I better get to it soon, right? Okay, so this was not found, but this is still downloading, so I think we're good. Yeah, using tons of space, having downloaded my VODs. In fact, I think I used... Was it NCDU that I used? Let's see. NC... It looks like I did use it. Let's take a look. Scanning. Okay, so I'm using 465.9 GB in downloads. And so yeah, so these are all a bunch of VODs that I downloaded. So I've just got to go back and delete them. So I will be doing that after this session, I guess. This Docker image size, this actually is pretty large, isn't it? My goodness. Well, hey, you know, if it makes it work, that will be fantastic. It was a relief, honestly, to get that pure script spiral matrix out of the way. Pure script, I'm on the fence about. I wouldn't say I like it. It hasn't made the best impression on me, but it hasn't made a bad impression on me. Like, I would say Reason ML made a pretty bad impression on me. Faro Smalltalk has made a pretty bad impression on me. Pure script is in the middle between good and bad. The vast majority of the programming languages that I have tried have made good impressions on me, but not that many have made excellent impressions. Elm has made an excellent impression on me. I would say Crystal made at least a very good impression on me, leaning towards excellent. I had a very good time. I was surprised. I was very surprised by how good of a time I had with Crystal, because I don't even really like Ruby, and I did find that the Crystal syntax is very strongly reminiscent of Ruby, but I just had a much better time with Crystal than I remember generally having with Ruby. So Crystal was a standout. Elm is the biggest standout by far. Elm seems really excellent. There are some that seem interesting, like Unison seems interesting. I thought that Ren seemed really nice. Ren just seemed really slick. I liked I liked what I saw when I messed with Ren. Should we look at what else was on the list? Language tracks. What are some that I haven't touched in a long time? Standard ML. So yeah, that was one of the earliest ones that I tried, and I don't know, it was fine. The problem that I had to do there was very simple. Julia, I thought Julia seemed really, really nice. I would say Julia, I haven't spent nearly as much time with it as I have spent with Elm, but it made a super, super good impression on me. And then there are also a bunch of languages down here that are not a part of 48 and 24, right? Arturo, Delphi, Pascal, Cairo, Emacs, Lisp, Objective-C, Euphoria, PL/SQL with only 11 exercises, Pirate, Rock, Red, SQLite, VimScript, YAML script, UI UA. Who would use this name? That name is crazy. But yeah, anyway. I messed with some batch script. I learned how easy it is to run batch script using Wine. However, then I did read on the Exorcism forums somewhere that they don't do automatic testing on this track because running a batch script with Wine often, according to what they were saying, often gives different results than you would expect running it on actual Windows. Which is a shame, but whatever. Crystal, yeah, Crystal made a super good impression on me. Julia, like the nice thing with Julia is like it was easy, it was get in and out, it was so great. I had a pretty good time with WebAssembly. It was hard to learn to code in WebAssembly. I mean, it was straightforward though. It was good practice, I thought. I had a pretty good time with MIPS assembly. This one was a real mind bender because, like, look, MIPS assembly, it's obviously really good for learning, right? As a student learning, like, how does a computer work? MIPS assembly is nice, but ultimately it's a toy, right? And this is the real deal, and there's a very big difference going from a toy to the real deal. But anyway, Zig seemed okay. I didn't spend that much time with it. I did not like Nim very much. I would say Nim, it wasn't like hard to use the way PureScript was kind of hard to use, but I just didn't like it. But it didn't make like a straight up bad impression on me like Faro Smalltalk did, or like Reason ML did, but I just didn't enjoy Nim at all. I'd like to spend more time with Haskell. I feel like I didn't spend enough time with it to really have much of an opinion. Awk would be a good one to spend more time with, I think. Alright. What's this dot? What's this showing? So still trying to download. That's crazy. Hmm. Okay, here's what I think I'm gonna do. This is downloading for too long, so I'm actually gonna log off and come back in another hour when hopefully it's done.